what is going on with dollar as a safety trade?
Well, I think there's a couple of things here, Martin. The euro has sort of replaced it a little bit this year as the defensive trade, if you will, in times of any sort of risk. And that's because we saw a lot of the political risk go out of Europe. Economic fundamentals look a little bit better in terms of relative sense. So you've seen the euro rally 12% against the dollar this year. Dollar's been down against yen. Yen is also seen as slightly a defensive play in times of geopolitical risk. And if you look at US dollar, relatively speaking, a lot of the buying in the US dollar was on expectation of success around the new administration's ability to reform itself in terms of tax, drive economic growth, and some of that doubt's come in. So that's been priced out. So US dollar's had a tough year. But euro probably has been the story. A 12% increase against the dollar and looking pretty good.
Okay, so where do you, or where does SocGen see safety right now? What kinds of assets?
Well, I guess we don't get too caught up in the short-term bellicosity that you see in some of this geopolitical talk. I think you've got to keep that noise out of the way when you're starting to think about the medium term. We've been pretty much on the reflation story with bond yield curve normalisation, even though we haven't seen inflation emerge in the second quarter. We're watching that closely. But overall, we're still in that story where we see some normalisation of yield curve and continually really good fundamentals, I guess, overall with China, not expecting to see some aggressive move down in growth prospects as they unwind some of the liquidity we see maybe in 2018. But right now we're fairly okay on China. And overall we just see some yield curve normalisation feeding through with the Fed and the ECB winding back some of their balance sheet over the course of the next 6 to 12 months.